We're here at the Radials N Rivers 2019 fly-in in Lewiston, Idaho. We want to tell the whole story. We want to tell the story from aviation. You know, not long after the Wright brothers, clear through World War II, you really need to cover it all so you can let people fully comprehend on what aviation did in such a short period of time. Tried to do a better job this year of counting attendance. We're somewhere between 15 to 17,000 people, and we're expecting a little over 10. So it seems to be growing. We're extremely happy. So I think we're on the right track. There's approximately 27 to 30 P40s flying in the world today. So we had 5 of them here. So to have nearly, 18% of the P40s in the world at our event here in Lewiston was pretty incredible.
This is a 1942 P40N, and it came out of Papua New Guinea, and it had 3 Japanese kills, and just amazing history. It was in the jungle until the early 2000s, or in the late 99s, and then was restored by John Fallis, and he's somewhere around here. Just amazing history. We had some new aircraft this year, and some returning aircraft. Of course, Dottie May, arguably one of the nicest warbirds in the world. So to have it here again is just, it's a real treat. We had 1 bomber here this year. We had the B-25 Mitchell from the Historic Flight Foundation, Grumpy.
When 16 planes, such as the one behind me, took off from the carrier Hornet and attacked Japan at a time when Japan was thought to be impenetrable, and when we as a nation had just received the sucker punch of Pearl Harbor and needed some good news. They provided that.
That airplane's very special to me, so it was great to have a B-25 here. The other very special airplane we had here this year was the Miss Montana. Those guys actually heard about the event when they were in Iceland on the way home. They reached out. I wanted to invite them earlier, but I didn't think there was any way they were going to be back, and then I hated to ask after knowing they'd just been gone for over a month. To see that airplane here and just knowing that it was in Normandy 3 weeks ago, that was really special to me to have them here. We had the last living triple ace of the U.S. Air Force of World War II here with us this year, Bud Anderson. And we also had arguably one of the Navy's greatest pilots, Whitey Feightner. And so that's absolutely was the highlight of the show. The show was all centered around them and of course, every veteran. And of course, Bud is so famously known for flying his Mustangs. So that brought us to the Mustang side of things, where we thought, well, what if we could get a few Mustangs? What if we could possibly get every model of the Mustang here? But we thought we'd take it one step further, and we thought, what if we could get Bud's Old Crow P51B model, which was Bud's favorite model of the Mustang. We reached out to John Lane with Air Power Unlimited, Jerome, Idaho. I knew John had a relationship with Jack Roush, and floated the idea by John. He ran it by Jack. The next thing you know, I received a phone call from Jack Roush about 3 weeks before the event, and He said, I hear you're doing an event to honor my good friend Bud Anderson, and how would you like it if we brought our P51B out for him? And of course, I was blown away. So to have him here and to hear his story firsthand with his airplane in the background and knowing that he's going to get to watch his airplane fly, it was pretty awesome. Once we knew Whitey was going to come, we obviously had to find his favorite aircraft, and that's the Hellcat. Whitey's 99 years old. He's one of the first original Blue Angels. He checked Charles Lindbergh out in an F-7F Tiger Cat. I mean, the battles, I mean, he was Midway, Guadalcanal, I mean, unbelievable. To have both of those aces meet for the first time officially at our event with their aircraft here was, it was pretty powerful. I think we might have made some history. I don't know, we'd like to think we did. Maybe in our own minds we did. But to see all the Mustangs together it was pretty incredible.
Hi, my name is Steve Hinton, and we're up here at Lewiston with Gary for the flying this year, and came up with 5 P51s. I had this distinction of holding the world's speed record for piston-powered aircraft at 531 miles an hour. Really, it was just a great event. Looking forward to next year already.
I mean, there's nothing cooler than an F-18, you know? I mean, it's arguably the greatest multi-role fighter ever built, you know, after the F-4 Phantom.
Getting to talk to all the people who came out to visit the air show today, getting to talk to the other pilots of the warbirds that came out, show and tell, swap stories about our different aircraft, and just bring the aviation community and Lewiston together is fantastic. I couldn't ask for anything better.
An F-18 pilot, like how could you ride in anything that would get you more excited than an F-18? And apparently a T6 or a Stearman does that. So to put a smile on a guy's face that gets to fly an F-18 every day, that's pretty hard to do, but you can do it with these antiques, and it was so that was pretty awesome. A huge shout out to the Navy for trusting us with the Hornets on site. To have them here, it brought another level of intensity to the show, to see 2 Hornets sitting side by side on the ramp next to our antiques and warbirds. So special thank you to our Navy. Again, we got to go back to our mission and our goal, and that's to share these airplanes with people and raise awareness about our veterans and just remind people that this is the greatest country in the world, and it didn't get there for free. You know, there was a lot of bloodshed and a lot of fighting, and there was a lot of hard effort to keep our freedom. And again, I just would like to thank everybody involved with Radials N Rivers. You know, the hosts, the sponsors, everybody that came out in attendance, the community, the outlying communities, pilots, owners, volunteers, ramp crews, media, everyone there's so much work that goes on behind the scenes to make this event happen. Those people don't get thanked or recognized enough, so I would just like to personally thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's just a ton of work, and it's a ton of effort, but it's also worth it. So anyway, just a huge thank you to everyone that makes this happen. looking forward to next year. Already thinking of some different airplanes we can bring in, and some different amazing veterans that we can honor. And so anyway, we'll get to work on it next week.